You're listening to the Rodney Anderson Radio Show, right here on 1190 AM.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody, with Amy, Rob, and myself. Every single day you can listen to us right here on iHeartRadio, 1190 AM, Facebook. I don't Facebook a whole lot, but so many people. Amy, you're addicted to Facebook.
Well, no, it's part of my brand as a
come
talent.
On. Oh, my God, no. Susie Reed, same way. A lot of people are addicted to Facebook.
Okay. Whatever.
But how many times have you seen people change their relationship status all the time?
Oh, I have. By the way, when I got divorced, I didn't change my status. I just removed it, and it never said single or divorced. And now I have never been dating anyone where I've made it Facebook official. Ever.
Yeah, I think that people do that all the time.
I see it all the time. I'm like, people overshare. Like, it's weird, right?
He's now in a relationship.
But everything's about Facebook. I'll sit there at restaurants and all that, and I'll look over, and everybody's on Facebook, and they're on this Facebook or Twitter or this, or they're following it all.
Yeah.
My daughter's sitting there at Christmas. She's sitting there, and all she's doing, love her to death. She's on Facebook all the time.
Well, she got business stuff going on.
Yeah. And so a lot of marriages are being affected on Facebook, and it leads to divorce in so many cases.
Yep, we're so nostalgic. We just want to reconnect with our high school sweethearts or whatever. So we thought we'd call in Tim Hoch. He's an attorney and a divorce attorney and an expert in this area, and he specializes in family law. So he's a great guy to chime in on this subject. Welcome to the show, Mr. Hoch.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
All right, so Tim, Facebook is a major problem out there for so many people, and a lot of people are trying to connect through old friends and all that, but a lot of them are connecting with people that they shouldn't because their marriages are going down the tube. How many are you seeing Facebook become more prevalent for divorces?
No question about it. It's really the marriage bugaboo, as it were, right now. I mean, there are so many folks coming in right now angry over social media of all kinds.
So give us some good stuff here, okay? What do you have any good stories of something where you're just going, really? Are you that stupid?
Well, one of the biggest problems we see are folks that are unaware of the privacy settings, right? So things that they may, or like Messenger. On Facebook, you have a tab that you can hit, and Amy, I'm sure you know this, where you go down and you can message people directly, right? Some people aren't aware that there's a way to do that directly because they just changed the Messenger app in the last 6 months. And some people think that if they, particularly on Twitter as well, if they just put the person's name in, right, then the message will go directly to that person.
Oh, no, it posts on your wall and on your feed.
And it posts on your wall.
Oh.
And I've seen that. And then I've got another one. Now, this is interesting. So you've got folks that get up there, and if you know the Facebook template, right, at the very, very top is a search bar. And you can put in a name to find old flames or friends or whatnot.
I'm doing it right now.
Just below that, right,
Yeah.
is an update status bar. And it says, what's on your mind in the updated status bar.
Oh, no.
The people who put in the ex-girlfriend's name in the updated status bar appears on your timeline. So you're sitting there going, okay, let me see if I can find Mary Jones from such and such high school. And all of a sudden everyone knows, why did he post as a status update Mary Jones?
Right.
Must have been looking for her.
Oh, Mary Jones.
Oh, my goodness.
That's crazy. Okay, that makes me nervous. Okay, I'm the other side of the equation. I'm the crazy girlfriend that will find out your password and find out what you're doing on social media. In fact, I'm not alone. 58% of those polled said they knew their partner's passwords even if their spouse was unaware of it.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah. So, this recent poll that you're referring to out of Britain, which talks about social media being the new marriage minefield. And really, they say 14% are looking online specifically to find evidence of infidelity. And out of 2,000 people they polled, like you just mentioned, Amy, 58% know their spouse's password. Wow. That's a lot. Even if you don't think they know, they know.
Do you think that's cool that you should know your spouse's password, or should you keep that to yourself?
I think there's room for privacy in every.
All right. So 50% of people know passwords.
58.
58. And what's the divorce rate?
51.
50.
All right.
51.
Any correlation there?
Tim, I think you're right. We need our privacy, and if you are, if you know your partner's password and you're checking up on them, the issue isn't that you have the password. It's the issue is there's no trust and there's maybe a reason to fear infidelity. So I think it's the bigger issue there. You won't want your partner's password if you trust them.
I agree. You know, and I've got this thing that I posted a while back called 50 Rules for Relationships to Last. And one of them is trust each other, and you don't have to know everything about it. Everyone has secrets, right? Even if you're married. And I get a lot of pushback on that. A lot of comments say, oh, no, if you're married, there should be no secrets. I don't necessarily agree with that. It's not secretive in a clandestine and don't want you to know why. It's just, hey, I've got a life outside this as well. And as long as I'm not cheating on you or, causing some infidelity, I've got to have my own life. I've got to have my other relationships.
Yeah, and that is so true with text messages and everything else. I mean, Jay, my girlfriend, I don't look at her phone. I don't need to look at her phone. I know that, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to.
It's none of your business, really, right?
Yeah, it's none of my business. I don't know her password. I don't know any of that. I don't need her phone. I don't do any of that because otherwise that's going to lead down to, okay, what's your Facebook password? What's this password? What's that password?
Then she also doesn't check your phone too, right?
No.
She trusts you.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're private with your phone.
Yeah.
And then you're risking misinterpreting something that you might see. That as well.
Exactly.
You're fishing for something.
I see that all the time. People taking it out of context.
Yeah, and it could be a friend or something like that where she could be on her phone with a friend and they could make some comment and I could take it all out of perspective and go, oh, my God, you're doing this.
Right. Right.
And I think that's so many times people overreact to some of that stuff too, where they really didn't, the spouse wasn't doing anything wrong, they didn't mean it, and all of a sudden it was taken totally out of context, and then you're getting to context, and then they're getting a divorce.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, and then the other caveat, let's just assume that you are unable to save your marriage because of some social media snafu or something. Be very careful once you have decided to go through the divorce process about your posts. That's really the thing we run into all the time as a divorce lawyer is folks who get on there in the middle of a divorce and post things that are really going to come back and haunt them.
Yeah, especially when you're in child custody and everything else and all that, and then you're posting, hey, I'm at the bar.
Yeah, and you're supposed to be home with your child because you
Yeah.
have possession that night, and it's like, come on, the whole thing is suspect.
Or your friends check you into places that you should be not checked in at.
Right.
Can you be liable for
all the
talking?
time.
Can you be liable for talking down about your spouse or soon-to-be ex on Facebook, stuff like that?
Slander.
Yeah.
Well, not really. I mean, you can in the sense that judges don't like it. It shouldn't impact any financial settlement, but it could definitely impact custody issues.
Okay.
No question about it. Judges hate that. They hate folks talking bad about other spouses, and they've seen it all before. So I'd be very careful about that. Be respectful and don't post in anger.
Can I tell you that my brother and my sister and brother-in-law have been married for 25 years, and they share the same Facebook page.
I know a couple of couples that do that.
I know
really?
a few couples that do. Look
To
at
each his own, man.
I know, but see, like, that's very cute. They got married at a very different time in the late 80s, right? So I think, if you can hold on to that notion, it's kind of sweet. We're all damaged by this point.
Yeah, and Tim, when you're sitting out there talking about the social media and all that, and it's very interesting that you bring up the judges. Some of the hot buttons the judges look for. Are there other hot buttons in divorce that judges are really all over in today's world?
Well, social media is one, right? Here's the thing about judges particularly is a lot of folks they come in to see me and they get worked up and they say, I can't wait to tell the judge this or that about my spouse. Well, and I don't mean this to be derogatory about judges, but most judges don't care. They've seen it before, right? They've seen a cheating spouse. They've seen spouses talk bad about each other. They're trying to make the best decision based on evidence. So it really doesn't matter what you say. It matters what you do.
And don't attorneys comb social media to find evidence? I mean, you're looking for trouble when you're representing a client.
Absolutely. And it is I'm going to tell you right now, it's a minefield. I've got a case right now, and I can't tell you all the details, but, it is just absolute minefield of things that I find.
Yeah. You got to ask yourself this, especially if you do have some money, if you do have a 401k, if you do have all this. Just imagine losing 60% of it.
Ouch.
Just ask if that post is worth 60% of my money.
Yeah.
Right? Because normally it's not 50-50. It can be 40-60, right, Tim?
Sure. And look, think about this. And then do you want some lawyer you don't even know crawling all over your posts of the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years and parsing through each one of them? Right. Man, I don't want anybody grading my paper like that.
No, me neither.
Tim, if you graded Amy's paper, you'd have an F, and she'd be flunking, and she'd be going back and back and back and back.
Thank you, Rodney.
You're welcome, Amy.
Would we have a bestseller on our hands?
Oh,
yeah, that's what counts.
I think we just named my blog. But that, I think if there's red flags in a relationship. I think if someone's automatically obsessed or overly obsessed with social media that hasn't been before, or connecting with their high school people, there's red flags that someone's kind of interested and creeping out. You can tell.
Yeah, and pictures and Facebooks.
Yeah.
And the other thing, Tim, is pictures. A lot of people post pictures out there, and it's not even just the post. It's who's that picture with? Who are you with there? And all of a sudden, that same person is showing up about 10 different times. Your spouse is going to start questioning you when you got another girl on your thing, and your friends are going to start.
Why is this girl liking every post that you're posting?
Right.
What's going on? Yeah. Who is this?
Well, and Amy, you can relate to this, but isn't there a little bit of a rush when you first get on Facebook? It's so fun because you're reconnecting with all these people. But then after about 3 to 6 months, if you can sort of weather that initial part, it just sort of wanes, doesn't it? I mean, you can use it for certain benefits to keep in touch with folks, but in terms of the rush, I got to meet this old flame and whatnot, that kind of goes by the wayside.
Well, yes, you're right, and because I use it as business purposes and fans and things like that, it's different for me, and I don't overshare. I'm not the person. Don't shake your head at me, Rodney Anderson. I am not, but I don't sit there and say like, wow, I really like this, cup of coffee. I'm not that person that overshares every detail of my life.
Right.
And I don't pilfer dates off Facebook either.
Yeah, see, I used to be on Facebook a lot in the old days and post stuff, especially when my book came out years ago.
Yeah, of course.
And then now it's like I don't even really get on hardly.
Yeah.
I probably jump on for like 3 minutes once a week at the very most, and I don't even go through the news feed, and look, and then I'll see my daughter and all that do with their stuff.
Yeah, you never like anything I post. What's up with that?
Because I don't like anything you post.
Like that's a way people lose friends, and we'll talk about that next time, Tim. Because people, friends stop talking to each other. It's like, you liked her post from last night, and you didn't like my post from last night. Right. It is a huge thing of how did you not like my post? And people don't like it because they like it. They like it because they're afraid of you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that is truth. That's girl talk right there.
Yeah, and the other thing that could be there is, if you wish somebody birthdays and all of a sudden you wish certain people and your spouses see that, why are you wishing her happy birthday?
Yeah.
Why are you wishing him happy birthday?
Was that a kissy icon I saw in there?
Yeah, that's right. Tim, you're fabulous at what you're doing and all that. How does everybody get a hold of you? If they're looking to get divorced, need a divorce attorney, how do they find you?
Well, I appreciate that. It's Hoch Law Firm. It's spelled H-O-C-H, HochLawFirm.com. And, let them call me. Look, it's a minefield out there, so just be careful. That's all I have to tell folks.
All right. Well, we appreciate you being on the show. We'll welcome you back soon.
Thanks so much for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tim.
Have a great day.